In the top stories, NEMA to host the Carib Wave tsunami exercise. Nevis government official urges everyone to take part in the tsunami exercise, and intangible cultural heritage policy project launched. The details on these stories and more after the break.
In cricket, there are a few essentials. A bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
Easter is coming, and that means it's time to do some spring cleaning. It's time to upgrade and refresh your home today and save up to 30% off store-wide. Change off that old lounge chair, dining room table, or any furniture item now and save big. Plus, shop our large selection of appliances, televisions, and electronics for the biggest deals. No cash, no problem. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and pay $0 for 30 days. And before you check out, don't forget to add extended warranty with our Quartz Super Shield product, which will protect your purchase for up to 4 years. This offer is available online at shopquartz.com for a limited time only. Act now before the deals are gone. Conditions apply. Quartz, bringing value home.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Barrage. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, will host its annual Carib Wave tsunami exercise on Thursday. According to information out of government headquarters, the purpose of the Carib Wave tsunami exercise is to test the Federation's preparedness and response protocols, such as emergency communications and evacuation procedures. The concept of tsunami preparedness is once you receive a warning, you head to higher ground. Partial evacuations will be done at the Newtown Playing Field, Independence Square, and Greenlands Park. Alerts will be broadcast through radio stations by interrupting their regular programming, by SMS messages, and through emergency response agencies. All persons in the play area and its surroundings are invited to participate in Carib Wave 2023. For further information, persons can call NEMA at 466-5100 or send an email to nema@gov.kn. Minister of Disaster Management in the Nevis Island Administration, Honorable Spencer Brand, is urging residents to participate in the Carib Wave tsunami exercise on Thursday beginning at 10 a.m. He said, quote, "I do implore all government agencies, the private sector, marine interests, coastal communities, and all persons living, working, or doing business in the tsunami hazard zones in St. Kitts and Nevis to participate in the annual Carib Wave tsunami exercise. Let us all join the effort of practicing how and where to evacuate safely so we will know what to do for a real tsunami." End quote. He explained that a tsunami is a series of powerful, fast-moving waves of extremely long lengths and periods, usually generated by disturbances associated with earthquakes occurring below or near the ocean floor. The waves may reach enormous dimensions and travel across entire ocean basins with little loss of energy. The Federation will join the International Tsunami Information Center, Caribbean Office, the UNESCO Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission, among others, in participating in the annual Carib Wave tsunami exercise. The Department of Creative Economy and the ICH Secretariat launched the Safeguarding St. Kitts and Nevis Intangible Cultural Heritage, ICH, Developing a National Intangible Cultural Heritage Policy on Wednesday, 22nd March. According to the department, the primary objective of the project is to develop a national ICH policy for the purpose of safeguarding ICH, recognizing cultural traditions, protecting tradition, knowledge bearers and practitioners, and their corresponding intellectual property rights by establishing ICH safeguarding guidelines, practices, and procedures. ICH focal point in Nevis, Patrick Howell, explained what intangible cultural heritage refers to.
Intangible cultural heritage, as opposed to tangible cultural heritage such as monuments, artifacts, buildings, is intangible and includes elements such as language, oral traditions, music, dance, festivals, and traditional crafts. In recent years, efforts to protect intangible cultural heritage has grown in importance, with UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization playing a key role. UNESCO has created a framework for identifying, safeguarding, and promoting intangible cultural heritage around the world, with the goal of preserving these valuable cultural traditions for future generations.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Creative Economy, Valencia Sider, spoke of the importance of safeguarding intangible cultural heritage.
A firm understanding of our unique, intangible cultural heritage would enhance a sense of national pride and amplify a sense of identity and respect for ourselves. An understanding of the intangible cultural heritage of other communities also goes a long way with progressing intercultural dialogue and encouraging mutual respect for other ways of life. This practice of transmitting valuable cultural knowledge to generations has enormous social and economic value for our community. Countless persons, whether they be visitors, local consumers, they pay exorbitant amount to experience our authentic elements of what is unique to St. Kitts and Nevis culture. Just as they value our culture, so too should we value our culture, capitalize on the authenticity of that heritage.
Secretary General to the St. Kitts and Nevis National Commission for UNESCO, Dorothy Warner, encouraged citizens to protect and preserve the Federation's ICH.
Basically, the project is really to develop an ICH policy for St. Kitts and Nevis. We heard talk about the items that were identified and documented, some things like the calabash, local calabash, the broom making, the vernacular houses, and the clay pottery in Nevis. Those are some of the items that we wish and we hope to eventually have inscribed in on UNESCO's ICH list. That is our ultimate goal, to safeguard the ICH items and eventually to nominate some of them for ICH heritage on that list. On a local level though, I must remark that, and I challenge every one of us to ensure that we begin to show respect, to preserve and to protect and to give these items the prominence that they deserve. If we want to have these internationally recognized, we must first of all practice these things in our backyard to make sure that we know what they are about and that we safeguard them. Because we want international attention and the due regard that is associated with our federation.
The ICH policy will also seek to raise awareness and foster appreciation for St. Kitts and Nevis' intangible culture and heritage and creative and cultural industries. Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, joined other heads of government for the Regional Security System, RSS, at the RSS Council of Ministers meeting, which took place at the Radisson Beach Resort in Grenada on Wednesday. The meeting was convened under the patronage of the Prime Minister of Grenada, Honorable Dickon Mitchell, the current chairman of the RSS Council of Ministers. During the meeting, the ministers discussed several matters pertaining to the security of the region, including the illegal arms trade, drug trafficking, and intelligence gathering. The meeting commenced with an opening ceremony that featured remarks by Commodore Errington Sherland, Executive Director of the Regional Security System, and by Prime Minister Mitchell. President of the Caribbean Development Bank, Dr. Hyginus Jean Leon, addressed the Council of Ministers on the topic Achieving Security and Development in the Caribbean through Regional Cooperation. Prime Minister Drew's delegation includes the Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, Cecile Hull, Police Commissioner James Sutton, and Commander of the St. Kitts and Nevis Defence Force, Lieutenant Colonel J. Anthony Comrie. After the break, Federation observes World Water Day and St. Kitts and Nevis at Water Conference in the UN. Stay with us.
Here are your Horseman's Value Mart IGA specials.
Running March 9 to the 23rd.
Now your Value Club Blue Tag specials. Essential Everyday Breadcrumbs, just $6.99. Essential Everyday Shredded and Chunk Cheeses, just $8.49. Essential Everyday Applesauce Bowls, $11.99. Essential Everyday Instant Puddings and Gelatins, $4.49. Purex Detergent, $14.99. Essential Everyday Trash Bags, $21.99. And now, our very low weekly
Value deals. IG and Essential Everyday Peanut Butter, $9.99. IGA and Essential Everyday Vinegar White 5%, $5.99. Essential Everyday Pasta, $4.99. IGA and Essential Everyday Cream Cheese, $6.49. Mueller's Lasagna, $6.99. Soft Soap Liquid Hand Soaps, $5.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Tell them in Spanish.
sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your national bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Hey hon, what's up? Hey girl, I just called you to tell you about this great deal I'm about to get with an insurance company on my new car. Really? Yes, really, just $200 monthly for the next 12 months. That sounds too good to be true. Does it include windshield coverage? No, that's an additional cost. Does it include personal accident and medical expense coverage? Wait. No, it does not. What about act of God and riot and strife coverage? No, you know. Please tell me it at least includes some kind of no claims protection. It does not. Well, friend, the math is not mathing at all. With TDC Insurance, you got one rate and all that I mentioned included. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going on the website right now to get a quote. You definitely need to switch to TDC Insurance where the math is mathing.
At TDC Insurance Company, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind.
Welcome back. St. Kitts and Nevis joined the rest of the world on Wednesday to commemorate World Water Day. During an address to mark the occasion, Minister of Utilities, Honorable Conway Maynard, stated that it is a time to pause, reflect, and focus our attention on the importance of fresh water and advocate for the sustainable management of our freshwater resources. The theme guiding the celebration this year is accelerating change. Minister Maynard spoke of the need for change as the Federation has seen a significant decrease in rainfall that could have been used as potable water.
The experts at the Water Services Department have indicated that over the past 10 years, we have seen about an 18% decrease in the average annual rainfall. This is serious. While we cannot predict the future, we have to be prepared for various scenarios, including longer dry periods and shorter, more intense wet seasons. The bottom line is that as the climate changes, our availability of fresh water will change, and hence we have to adapt. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis is taking our responsibility of providing a reliable supply of water seriously. This means that we have to change how we have been doing water in the past.
Minister Maynard went on to outline all the major investments the government will be undertaking to improve the water infrastructure of the country.
We are going to invest over $200 million over the next 5 to 10 years to build a resilient and sustainable water infrastructure. Water is too important for us to get it wrong. As I often say, because of our small size, it is easier for us to transform our sectors than other larger countries. Some of the investments in our water infrastructure will include, of course, drilling of additional wells, investment in desalinated water, replacement and upgrading of pipelines, construction of new and expansion of existing storage reservoirs, the introduction of modern technology to improve efficiency and to optimize the use of our resources. Of course, we will also invest in our people and ensure that the institutional capacity and structure of the Water Services Department is also modernized.
He stated that the transformation of the nation's water sector and ensuring the sustainability of our water resources is not just up to the government. The reliability of our water supply also depends on how we use it. On Wednesday, St. Kitts and Nevis participated in the opening ceremony of the United Nations Water Conference. This is the first of its kind to be convened at the UN since 1977. The conference, which is being held under the theme Our Watershed Moment, Uniting the World for Water, brings together world leaders, diplomats, civil society organizations, and thought leaders on the matter of water as a common denominator in the successful implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals. Among those attending the conference are Minister of Utilities, Honorable Congress Maynard, Minister of Sustainable Development, Environment, Honorable Joel Clark, Permanent Representative of St. Kitts and Nevis to the United Nations, Her Excellency Neris Dakari, and the Director of Public Sector Investment Planning, Oren Manners. The delegation will participate in interactive dialogues and side events around the themes Water for Health, Water for Sustainable Development, Water for Climate Resilience and Environment, Water for Cooperation, and Water Action Decade. During the launch of a new network to empower member states to generate their own chemical, biological, and isotopic water data, Minister Maynard spoke of the challenges St. Kitts and Nevis faces in the collection of data regarding the nation's water supply.
Where data does exist, it often lacks accuracy due to outdated equipment or insufficient sampling protocols. This lack of data makes it harder for decision makers to understand where improvements can be made in terms of efficiency, conservation, and safety efforts. Furthermore, without accurate measurements taken over time, it is difficult to correctly assess our current state and predict future trends related to climate change, which could have devastating consequences if not properly managed with adequate planning ahead of time.
He gave an example using the impact lack of rainfall has had on the underground water supply.
70% of our water comes from groundwater. With a 20% reduction in rainfall over just the last 10 years, and with rising sea levels, we're experiencing saltwater intrusion in our aquifers. However, we don't know how much, or how fast, or what else is being affected by our current rates of extraction. These issues are further compounded by the fact that there are few trained personnel available with the necessary skill set to operate modern analytical instruments and carry out effective testing procedures.
He said it is crucial that steps be taken immediately towards enhancing data collection capacities and technical capacity building initiatives at the local level. Minister Maynard was also slated to deliver the national statement during the Water Conference plenary on Wednesday. Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew has welcomed the recent launch of the Seniors Day program, noting that it will help to improve and enrich the lives of retired participants. At the launch ceremony on Monday at the Newtown Community Center, The Prime Minister recounted his years at a university in Cuba, where he saw centers for seniors to visit and gain computer skills, learning knitting, and other skills that they did not know. He said implementing a similar program here was deemed necessary, as persons are living longer and outside of the church are often left without any organized activities to participate in.
As a result of not having meaningful activities, your pressure go up more than it should go up, your sugar go up more than it should go up. Sometimes you're home and the TV in front of you and you don't have anybody to sit and speak to. Therefore, the idea is to create this type of daycare so that you can come out, come to your community center, have a program set out for you so that you can continue a life of meaning and worth.
Social protection for seniors is a key component of the government's agenda. In fact, the creation of the Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Aging and Disabilities earlier this year signaled the intention to place greater focus on these special groups in society.
We believe we should look after our elders in our communities. That is the objective. That is why when we did the PAP, we make sure that you got access to it as well, because a lot of you retire and you get a very small amount from Social Security, correct? And sometimes it's challenging. And that is why we say we have to look after you better and we have to create environments like this. So I'm happy we are able to pilot this today, a place where you can look forward to come to, a place where you will be cared for, a place where you'll be able to develop yourselves even at this particular time in your life. And believe it or not, it's going to help the pressure, it's going to help the sugar, it's going to help your social interaction, it's going to take away a lot of anxiety, and it's going to add value and substance to your life.
The Seniors Day program officially began on Monday following a ceremony at the Newtown Community Center. The program will be piloted in East Bastia, St. Peter's and St. Paul's on Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays respectively. During the 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. scheduled hours, the participants will engage in various fun and educational activities. Discussions on topics such as proper foot care for diabetics, healthy eating, financial management and disaster preparedness will be held. Joshua Williams, cornerback for the reigning NFL Super Bowl champions Kansas City Chiefs, is visiting St. Kitts and Nevis to meet his extended family and explore his roots in the Twin Island Federation. Joshua Williams is the son of George Williams, a national who resided in Molyneux before migrating to the United States to live. Williams arrived on Tuesday and was welcomed by Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, and Ambassador in the Ministry of Sport, His Excellency Kenneth Douglas, at Cayenne Jet Lounge at the RLB International Airport. In welcoming Mr. Williams and his traveling companions, which included his sister, mother, and aunt, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew congratulated the 23-year-old NFL player for his success during the 2023 season and gifted him local souvenirs from Carabel Batik and other popular brands. Williams thanked the government officials for the welcome.
It was the best welcome I could have imagined. I appreciate that everybody feels so just excited for me, and they're so excited about me, and it's really a blessing.
Mr. Williams said that he was overwhelmed by the support received from Kittitians and Nevisians during the 2023 NFL season. The support grew significantly after Williams showcased his roots to the Federation by wearing a decal of the national flag on his helmet during weeks 4 and 5 as part of the league's International Diversity Initiative.
It was an easy decision, be able to represent that part of me, out on the football field and kind of just bring a little notoriety to the island. That was, it didn't take any thinking at all. As soon as I had the opportunity, I told them I wanted to, and just being able to do that, kind of just wearing the flag proudly, it felt good. And winning the Super Bowl with it, you know, that's kind of just doubling down on it. It felt amazing.
Obligations prevented him from returning sooner. Now that he's employed and the NFL is in its off-season, visiting again was a no-brainer.
As soon as I had the opportunity, I took it. My auntie has a whole itinerary, you know, I'm going to just basically follow whatever's on there. But as far as what I plan to do whatever they have plans, speak to whoever I have to speak to, you know, just enjoy the people here, enjoy my family.
Going forward, Joshua Williams said that he will continue to represent and promote St. Kitts and Nevis on and off the football field and will explore additional ways to achieve this as he pursues another championship ring with Chiefs head coach Andy Reid and quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Coming up in regional news, Cuba and Venezuela reject U.S. allegations